Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today I'm taking a look at the pre-charged pop charger emergency charger. Can we say charge enough? No cords needed, disposable, up to 5 hours of talk and text time. On the back here it says, cords needed, disposable, talk test time varies by phone, not intended to give full charge. Power when you need it, travel, staying connected, car, camping, purse, sports, and outages. Capacity is 1000 milliamp hour. Output is 5 volts at 800 milliamps. AAA batteries. USB-C. Some dimensions: 50 millimeter by 40 millimeter by 12 and 48 grams. Made by Zorbit Inc. Best before. Well, it's written the European way, so it's March 20th, 2027. So this one's new. Brand new in the package. I have a whole bunch of these because I always thought that if something ever went wrong or I was out and where I needed some extra power for my phone or a flashlight or something of that nature, it may not be able to completely charge the phone, but at least it'd be able to get some hours out of it. And well, I opened one up. Follow the instructions. They tell you to take the case off the phone, plug it in, and put it on airplane mode if you can, depending on how dead your phone is. In my case, it was completely dead, and it'll charge. Well, it doesn't work that way. So let me show you what's going on here. Here is a Samsung S8. It's not the phone that I was trying to charge, but this is, I also tried it on this too, and it was pretty pathetic. I got 1% charge out of it before this thing died. And so there's the one that's open. And I'll show you what's inside it in a moment, because I took it apart because it says it's got AAA batteries on it. And it's disposable because you're not supposed to open it up and change the batteries. So we're going to take a look at the quality of the batteries that are inside. So let me open this one up for you. This is a type USB-C. All right. Nothing else in the package. This is what you get. Little USB-C thing that's not quite straight. It's actually on an angle. So some quality issues there. You can even see it on that way. It's not straight. Includes 3 AAA batteries. How to use pop charger. Pull the tab and remove the phone from the case. Insert pop charger into phone completely. Phone's charge symbol means it's working. Talk test time varies by phone, not intended to give full charge. Power saving tip. Put the phone in low battery mode or airplane mode. Works on most phones. So there's a little tab that needs to come out. And let me see if I could do that without... Now I may just have to use my teeth because I don't have anything here, because that tab is in a lot farther than the last one. So one moment, please. Alright, took the tab out, just this little piece of plastic. Took it out with my teeth because I couldn't get, anything else in there. So this is now primed and ready to go, right? The reason why you need to take the case off is because it may not be able to reach the port. Now this is an old phone. Let me take the old outer case off. Take off this other trim piece. So here we go. Samsung Galaxy S8, 16 gig. And it doesn't even turn on, it's dead. So let's try it. Plug this in there. Type C, so it should go in any direction. Oh, it does show a little bit of life. So, some of this crap off the desk here. It's going to take a while, even before it hits 1%. Now, mind you, this phone was charged a week ago. When I was actually testing this out with the other one, the other pop charger. So Yeah. On the phone that I'm photographing this with, that's an A51 5G. So it is a newer phone. It's about 4 years old. Well, this one's about 7. And should work just fine on either of them. Granted, the newer phone may require a little bit more voltage. It's actually, I think, 3.4 volts, not 5. So if this has 3 AAAs inside, a AAA battery is 1.5 volts. So 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, so you got 3, 450. So 4.5 volts is what this thing should produce. It's rated to 5 volts. There is a small coil and circuit board on the inside. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it magically makes more power. I don't know. See, if this was going anywhere, you'd start to see a little green circle around it. So when I tested on my main phone, this A51 5G, yeah, I got about minus 25 minutes of runtime. It actually took more battery power in airplane mode, for that matter. So that means airplane mode means no notifications, no internet, no Wi-Fi. So it pretty much makes it so you're not getting any external power usage, just whatever's on the phone itself. So if you're playing a video game that requires Wi-Fi, you'll no longer be able to see the ads. Cool, right? So I will just hold on for this for a couple more minutes and see if it does anything to get up to 1%. However, there are some things that this works out okay for, and like barely okay, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to give it another minute. I don't mean to waste your time on this. Any day now it'll get to 1%. Or it won't. Last time I tested it with my phone, it took almost 45 minutes for it to show a 1% increase, and then it dropped. As if there's a draw on the battery pack. So, yeah, I don't know. So I decided to turn the phone off and try to charge it that way, thinking this way nothing is running other than, it charging. And it still didn't do anything. It just sat like this with the newer phone for 3 hours, and it actually had less battery power when I finally turned it on than when it started with the charger. So that's a problem. So maybe it needs something that requires less, maybe less draw. I mean, granted, this is, I think, 3.4 volts to run the phone. Most phones are between 3.2 volts and 5 volts and up to 2 amp charge. This is, 800 milliamps, so it's not even near a 1 amp charge. So it's going to be really, really slow. But it is a Type C, so it'll work on things that are Type C. So let's pull this out, because I'm getting impatient with it. Right. Still doesn't turn on. I know it does. Alright, so what else can this be for? Well, what if I needed it to charge maybe a battery pack? So, it's on 3 or 4 bars. It's actually technically 3 bars because this has a low voltage button, so it's really only 3 bars. And if you can see the lights blinking, it'll charge another battery pack. So if you're charging a power bank, it seems to work okay. What if it's something that requires a bit more power? Mind you, this is the it's one of my favorite battery banks. The Nikkor NB10000, so this is a 10,000 milliamp. So 800 milliamp to 10,000. Yeah, it's going to barely give it a charge. But what about if you're needing something that has a little bit more power? So this is the DaVinci 1800L flashlight. But it also has a power bank on the inside. Just turn the back. Hey, look at that. Let's see if it'll charge that. And, well, it's glowing. And it's flickering. It shouldn't be flickering. So the heartbeat is doing okay. The dimming on and off. But if it starts to flicker like it just did there and there, it's not really enough power to run it. So doing something like that, it might be okay. And I can't tell you, I wish I could show you, I don't have my thermometer with me on this, but this battery pack is getting hot. It's only AAA batteries. So you're thinking, okay, maybe it's a lithium-ion battery on the inside. Maybe that's why it's so, maybe it's getting hot because of that. Well, let me show you what's inside one. Because they tell you that it's disposable and you're not supposed to be taking them apart. So here's the other one. So you can see, let me zoom in. Same thing, pop charger, pop charger. This one is open. I had to pry it open to get it. Still sits off on an angle. And that's the way the little plastic post that holds the little circuit board is. So this is the good, supposedly the good one. This is what's inside. Little cover there. These are probably the lowest grade, long life, they say long life anyway, alkaline AAA batteries, 1.5 volt, just like a regular AAA battery, with a date on there. It looks like 2 of 2026. There's a coil on it, which I probably broke trying to pop the top of this off. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing to it. This is actually comes right off. It just sits on a couple little posts. So I wonder, I really need to get a tester so I can actually test the output of this. But since these batteries are, you can pry these out. I don't have a proper pry tool at the moment, so I'm going to go use my Countycom mini nightshade and just pop them out. Alright. Cool. Alright. So that's all that's inside. So I don't know if there's any good way to make this better other than putting better batteries in. Maybe a lithium-ion battery. Look, I'm touching both sides and I'm not having any issues, but it's also only 1.5 volts. If I can get this to focus would be great. Follow the equipment instruction to install, made in China. Not much surprise there. Oh, 12/2026. So December of 2 years from now. Excuse me, pardon me. Up there a little bit. So it's up to you. I don't have a tester. The test a type C, because I'm not sure, excuse me, the hiccups. I'm not sure where to test this with a multimeter. I don't have that kind of experience. So I'm going to see if I could try to get myself a tester. Pull one off maybe Amazon for like 20 bucks or something. And we'll test with the 3 batteries that are here, which are probably close to being dead. And maybe I'll put a regular set of alkalines in and maybe a set of lithium ions and see if anything changes. But the way this currently is, it's garbage. They do make one of these for an Apple product. So you have that little weird end on it for the charging. And it's not wireless, by the way. So clearly if you look at the little coil there and this, I know somebody's going to tell me, oh, it's wireless. This is not wireless. Nope. All right, so that's it. So I'll see if I can test it in another video. Take me a couple of weeks so I don't get paid for another freaking month. I get paid once a month. Talk about having the big boy jobs, right? Anyway, so I'll get these tested, and otherwise I would avoid it unless you want to buy them yourself. They range from $4, and I actually got these at Academy Sports and Outdoors for $4 each. So they're actually not too bad. That's not too bad of a price for 3 AAAs. Usually 8-packs are like 4 times that amount. So there's that. So I'll see if I can try to test them, but I don't recommend them. So that's 2 now. I have like 6 of them in total. I just have to find them. I think there's one in my glove box, one in the emergency kit in the car. There's one in my hiking backpack. I'm sure I have at least another one in the closet somewhere. Sounds like a great idea, but it's not well done. I don't think, anyway. So I guess that's it. Questions, comments, leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Now that I have over 14,000 subscribers, it takes me a little while to go through all the emails and the messages. So please bear with me. I will answer them all. I'll get a tester and test this, and the other one too. So we have a clear and concise result. And that's it. So I will leave a link in the description where you can find these on Amazon, just in case you want to fiddle with one by taking one apart, or maybe running a small RC car or something with it, like an extra battery pack. This looks easy enough that you can modify it to whatever you need. I'm sure that's just a charge controller of some sort, because again, this is rated at 5 volts and there's only 4.5 volts of battery power, so something has to change. So we'll see what happens. So I'll leave it in the description just in case. Questions, comments, leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. And that is it. Sorry this turned out to be a lot longer than I was expecting, but there's a lot of little nuances. Thank you for watching, and have a glorious day.